In this demonstration, you will learn how to assess a virtual machine using Azure Security Center, as well as how to configure just-in-time access to that virtual machine. So I start by clicking Security Center, and in the Security Center area, I scroll down until I reach the Compute and Apps section under Resource Security Hygiene. Compute and Apps is the part of Security Center that will tell you about your virtual machines and any containers that you are running in the cloud. So I select Compute and Apps, and you see here that I have a bunch of recommendations. These recommendations include that disk encryption should be applied on certain virtual machines, on 2 of my 3 virtual machines in this particular subscription. That Log Analytics Agent should be installed on virtual machines. At the moment, it is installed on none of them. That we're up to date with system updates, which is good and not a problem. That I should install endpoint protection on some of my virtual machines, which I'll come back to in a moment. That system updates should be installed on my virtual machines. Well, in that case, I have 1 of 3 virtual machines in severity red. So I select VMs and servers, and when I select VMs and servers, I get the option of drilling down into a specific virtual machine that is running in this subscription. The display here shows 3 virtual machines. I select Contoso VM1, and this will give me information based on Azure Security's assessment of this particular virtual machine. There are 4 recommendations listed. These include a vulnerability assessment, installing endpoint protection, vulnerabilities in security configuration, and system updates should be installed on the machine. I select the option Install Endpoint Protection. This brings me to a page that allows me to deploy endpoint protection on this virtual machine. I select Install on one VM. I select the Microsoft Anti-Malware solution. I review the licensing text. I select Create. Here I can configure the anti-malware solution, but I will use the default settings. And I start the deployment of the anti-malware solution on that virtual machine. That will set up an automatic job to run in the background and to install that software on that particular Windows Server virtual machine. The next thing I'm doing is I'm going back to Security Center. I scroll down and I select Just-in-Time Virtual Machine Access. Now, what Just-in-Time Virtual Machine Access allows me to do is it allows me to only have management ports, such as my remote desktop port, open to a specific IP address for a limited amount of time. At the moment, in this subscription, I have no virtual machines that are configured for just-in-time access. I select the Not Configured page, and then I select Contoso VM1. I select the option to enable just-in-time on this virtual machine. Displayed is a list of common management ports. In this case, I wish to delete all management ports except for port 3389, which is used by remote desktop connection. Once I have deleted those ports, I select Save, and that saves the just-in-time access configuration for that specific virtual machine. Once that is done, I can refresh this page. I select Configured, and I can see Contoso VM1 is available for just-in-time access. I enable that. I select just-in-time access. I provide a request justification, which will be logged against my request for access. I enable port 3389, and I select it for my IP address. That will then go and change the network security group configuration applied to that virtual machine so that once that change is made, I can go back to the home screen, select Virtual Machines, select Contoso VM1, select Connect, and choose the RDP option, and I will now be able to make a remote desktop connection on port 3389 from my current IP address through to that virtual machine.